Hello, baby gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Ormer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Your Turn to Die, and we have to discuss what we're going to be doing with the tokens now. So I guess we can talk to KG as well. Sarah, just to try it out, want to trade 20 tokens? So we're actually trading the tokens like right now this second. Okay. If that's the case, then we'd have to let's cancel for, well, should we hear a short pitch anyway, right? I was going to say cancel, but I want to think about this for sure as well, because I was thinking about the whole token thing in between the episodes too, and we can talk about it in just a second as well, but Ranger, was it? That enemy of ours said that the more these tokens you collect, the better. True. Put another way, you never know what'll happen if you don't have very many. But why trade with me? Because you're so darn cute. See, this is like KG always says this type of stuff, but I think it is like genuinely him just saying like we're like adorable, right? 100%. I should just remember it already. Okay, dude. Fine. Just to try it out. Want to trade 20 tokens? So we can discuss it then? Right. So I was thinking about this then, right? Because I didn't know we were going to be trading like right away, or like just, giving tokens away, or like taking tokens away. I actually thought of Gin, right? 1 second here before we discuss anything else there. The reason I thought of Gin is like, this is a child, right? And while I trust a lot of people in here and I like a lot of characters in here, there is also the element that like, as much as he's such a good kid and he's been so good to us, there's also the element that he is a kid and, impressionable, scared sometimes. If there's some information that they don't even like as well as a kid, even then maybe they're like, okay, don't tell anybody this or don't tell anyone that. So what I'm thinking that's going to happen with a lot of characters, they don't tell anyone this information that I had from my past or whatever, because you don't know what people's past really contains. So I was thinking about the idea of like, if it is a thing where like something like this, where we do like exchange tokens, I definitely like to make sure that like we can take as much tokens from Gin as possible and give him as much tokens as well, where he'll be better off, I guess, in that sense, where he has some information on people, but at the same time, too, nobody is taking advantage of the fact that he is like an impressionable kid. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Yeah. But I'll see what the discussion part of this is, right? If this just is like, because I have no problem trading with KG either. I just want to make sure I don't know if it's great. Should I pour some coffee? What? No, thanks. What about this? This about a trade? Cold hard as ever. Just what I said. We trade 20 tokens for an experimentation. Our enemy seems surprisingly serious about following the rules, if nothing else. Even if there was that dummy rule. The more tokens you collect, the better. We can probably just trust that's correct. So those who don't get a certain amount of tokens are penalized. Doesn't sound... Okay, this is exactly also why I want to trade again. For sure. This is another added part to that too. Doesn't sound unlikely, does it? What if I refuse? So you refuse a request from your friendly policeman? Doubly, honestly. I'm not necessarily saying that. Our enemy called it a trust barter game. If I've got to trust somebody, I'm thinking I can trust you, Sarah. I do trust you as well, and I think Sarah's a trustworthy person also. I do trust you. I genuinely do right now. Thanks. To imagine the doubt in your eyes first. Like, genuinely, like, it's one of those things where, like, I think that he does have, like, strange dialogue sometimes, 110%. Some people say it's to do with translation as well, 110%. I can only go what's on the screen, like, but I also love to hear about translation differences as well. It's always an interesting tidbit. I think he just, has a very, and I always use the word, he has, like, a very, like, kind of, like, mysterious, cagey attitude, like, in terms of, like, an actual steel cage type cagey attitude. Like, he's very, like, kind of, like, avoidant as well, and then he also comes out with like some very like interesting dialogue sometimes that like makes him like a bit weirder sometimes, but I genuinely think he does right now at very least have some best interests in mind. I don't know, there's something about it. Sorry. So you don't deny it, huh? Well, in the end, I'll defer to your wishes. I'm not an extortion kind of guy. What should I do? If I trade 20 tokens, I'll be losing 20 of my own. Should I still go through with this trade? I'm gonna refuse to trade right now, and the reason I'm gonna do this is because I want to see how much Gin wants to trade. I can't trade. Okie dokie. If you had some premonition, maybe I'll hold on to these for now myself. Wait, we can't negotiate with the other ones now? Oh no, I thought we could like do, so it's only one negotiation? And I hope you understand my whole idea of why I wanted to negotiate with Gin is because I was thinking like, oh, maybe Gin will offer, like, you don't know how much Gin will offer, then how much we left with them. With them we're left with like, because I thought we could negotiate with everybody there, Alice as well. I thought we'd be left with like nothing at the end. That's why I wanted to make sure I negotiated with Gin first. That's a bit of a blunder. But there's nothing we can do, I guess. Suddenly I remembered something. Is Nao still there, I wonder? Oh, in the AI place, yeah, with Professor Mishima. I should go check on her. That's a bit of a blunder on my part. I thought it was going to be a thing where you could discuss it with everybody. And I was going to come back to maybe KG afterwards, but that's obviously not the game's like, hey, no, like you told him no, that's it. But I kind of wanted, like, hopefully we can get to discuss it again as well and give him some tokens. I don't know if I should reload and do it, but because I wasn't quite sure, but I feel like that probably defeats the spirit of it maybe a little bit, you know? Yeah, let's keep going. We'll know for future anyway with the discussions, right? For sure. But now I'm worried that we won't get a chance for Gin again to give him some tokens. I want to make sure that he is like, he has a few, 100%. You doing okay? Now I was talking with her gaze fixed on a single point. Now, so Professor, while you were gone, it's like my voice isn't reaching her. I guess it's entirely reasonable. If I were in that situation, maybe Now won't come back. If I were in that situation? If it were Joe on that screen, then... Oh my god. Yeah, look, and we're imagining it right now. I'd be rooted in the spot too. I think this is a very, like, mature response from Sarah here, and I think it's also very understandable, because, like, while, like, it's, like, one of those things where, like, we can from the sidelines be like, it's just an AI, what the hell, you know? This is crazy. We have to understand it as well that, like, you know, everyone's going through, like, a very traumatic situation here, and any solace that can bring anybody is going to be something that they're going to take at the first chance they have. It doesn't matter if he's fake. I want to meet him and apologize. Yeah, there it is. It's like 110% with all these situations here. You cannot judge people's actions based on, like, just the real world situation here. You can't. I want to forgive me. I can't help thinking about those things. The funny thing is that this is in your head. And it's, again, I'm not trying to be like, it's all in your head there. Like, it legitimately, like, she won't be able to see this whole, I don't think she won't be, hopefully she will be able to see it, but, like, for a while she won't be able to see this. Joe died with care in his heart for Sarah, not with hatred or not with not with blaming her either. There's nothing in Joe's mind that was blaming her that day. But again, she can't see that because, again, the trauma and the pain that she feels, all she's feeling is the fact that I'm here and Joe's gone and I'm part of the reason he's gone. That's all she's feeling, you know? As if I'm gonna, oh my god, I didn't even skip that. Calm down. There's no one there. It's just hallucination. Good. Hallucinations worsened by 20. Why? Because we went... Click. What's this? Click. Oh, it's the button. Oh my god, that stops him from bleeding. What was that? Calm down, gotta stay calm. That's the button that we had to stop him from bleeding out, but, like, it was just worsening the situation. I'm sure. Now is regretful too. One of them, she could have saved Mishima. Given that, bringing Now back to reality is beyond me. I'm sorry. What a very realistic portrayal of the situation, right? Because whilst, like, you know, we would love to snap Now out of it right now in this situation and make sure she's better and all this stuff too, there's an understanding from Sarah that, like, we all understand too, which is, like, if it was our loved one or our friend or someone we cared about or someone we looked up to or someone we blamed ourselves for the death of or someone we feel we could have done more before they died for, we might all feel the same way too. And I think that's, like, so important to note because, again, I couldn't imagine playing this game and being like, you know, oh, like, it's just AI. This is creepy. This is weird. It's like, yeah, it's supposed to be, like, very unnerving. But in these situations where everyone's in right now, everything's unnerving and everything's weird and everything's creepy and everyone's acting differently. It's going to be different. Before I left the room, I looked towards the monitor one last time. Is that so? It's been nothing but hardship then. However, even amid such circumstances, you've made wonderful friends, Miss Now. Oh, Mishima. I know it's an AI, but, like... Friends? I hope she does see us as that way as well. Indeed. Age and length of your association are of no relevance. They are wonderful people who help each other. I understood that clearly hearing you speak. Please treasure your friends, Miss Now. Hopefully, again, because Now, I treasure her friendship as well. When Now hugged us along with Gin and Rico when we arrived after, you know, waking up. It was such a beautiful moment and it meant so much. So I hope we can do that for Now at some point as well and make her feel that way. Okay. I've always been getting saved by them. Oh, Now, don't look at it like that. So from now on, I want to be useful to Rico and Sarah and everybody. See, it's a beautiful thing to want to, like, help other people, 110%, but I hope the word useful doesn't ever, like, take over your brain because humans don't, like, I don't ever look at humans as being useful or non-useful. Even though humans do feel that way, where it's like, I'm of no use to this person. I don't ever, like, I haven't accomplished anything for this thing. I don't know. It is a situation where, like, you know, People will think this way regardless if I don't want them to use the word useful when describing themselves. That's why I'm going now, Professor. Oh, wow. I think this is probably the best outcome of this. Please come at any time. I'll be right here. No, that this is the best outcome. I'm actually really, really, really proud of now here. I won't come here anymore. Good. Very good now. Miss Nao, you truly have grown strong, haven't you? It's so programmed to Mishima's AI that even the AI is like, yeah, this is best for you. You know, because that's what Mishima would say as well. I'm honored to have had you as my student. What a beautiful thing to say. I know it's AI, but like, again, it's programmed clearly to be Mishima's personality because Mishima had the same type of stuff when he was talking to like Kanna. Goodbye, Miss Nao. This is closure. I know it's a weird way of getting closure, but it's closure. You know? It shouldn't be this way, right? But it is closure. Oh, no. I'm not strong at all. I wanted you watching over me always. Professor. Now, she did this to power through it clearly, but like then after it happened, she was like kind of feeling like, no, I actually feel like I do need you in some ways. But it's the best possible thing she could have done for herself to be like, I'm moving on. I have to go. Now is trying to look forward. Again, amazing way to phrase it. Amazing way to phrase it. To accept everything and face reality. Now is a strong person. What's strong? Oh, don't, again, everyone's gonna power through things in different ways. Like, if you don't see strength as still walking around after everything that's happened, I don't know what you could call it, right? Strength doesn't come from, like, you know, how quickly you react to trauma at all whatsoever. I think most people would say that what Sarah's doing right now, going around the place and investigating and talking to people, is already, like, you know, crazy strong. I should go. I'll do what I have to so much as approach that strength. You can't see it in yourself, Sarah, but you've already been through so much. But again, if this is a motivator for herself, that's always fantastic to have, right? And a really beautiful scene. A really beautiful and... Oh. Day 1. Noon. Oh, the passage of time. Wait, and that guy is there. What? Yeah, before we like find out what this guy's doing here, a fantastic scene between Nao and Sarah where they didn't even like share a conversation, but they said so much to each other in that time, right? Or at least Nao said so much to Sarah in that time. It's a really powerful thing for Nao to realize, okay, this is not the healthiest thing in the world for me, but at least I got closure in some ways and I can try and move on. And then Sarah to get motivation from that as well, and also to be very mature and understand that she would be in the same position. It's just a very realistic portrayal of how like maybe people would react in these situations, because we can try to be active, as I said, act above it. But if that was my best friend, would I also be planted in front of the TV talking to them? Probably, you know, even if like it's one of those things where like I'm not a fan of AI, right? You'd be all over it, right? You would be. Quit with the stupid jokes, you. The biggest joke around here is your name. Stop. It's so demented, this character. It's Ranger, yeah. Guitar and Ranger are arguing. I wonder what happened. Let's check it out. How are you doing now? There are lots of passages on this floor too. Seems easy to get lost. We should also be looking to do some games, I guess, but I don't know if that's like predetermined. Exploring comes first. Might find something beside attractions. Guitar and Ranger are having a dispute in the middle of the lobby. Damn it, you gotta be screwing with me. Guitar, what's the matter? Sarah, this Ranger guy just said we can't go back to the first and second floors. Oh, I assumed you wouldn't be. I mean, you cleared them already, right? Hold on a second. Kai's laptop. Oh, the laptop. Who cares? We'll just confiscate that thing. No way. Damn it, it was all mistakenly a clue. That laptop was the last thing I want to let you guys take. Oh? The guitar run off? Keiji. The guitar wants to find the truth about Kai. About Kai? What a troublesome guy, leaving mystery after mystery. We talked about Kai at length in like the episode before this one as well. Or even the episode before this one. Maybe, I forget which one it was, but... Was Kai a good person is an interesting question, because I feel like this is in line with what she was asking herself this whole entire time. I wonder if Kai was a good person after all. Some aspects suggested it. His anger for the victims, the resistance against kidnappers. Was Kai acting for good or evil? Just whose side was he on? And we ended up making Kai a victim without knowing anything about him. I mean, with our... and here's the thing, like, with our minds for sure as well. But we can make inferences. Inferences? Friend or foe, let's consider the possibilities. Wait, we're doing this right now? First, Kai confessed to having some contact with the kidnappers. So one possibility is Kai was with the baddies. Look at this facial expression as well. Like a director of the death game, for instance. Yet Kai drew his sage card and died. In his last moments, he said... Huh? I don't know what's happening with my machine lately. Hopefully the dock isn't getting busted or whatever, but... In his last moments, he entrusted me his hopes. I can't imagine him as an enemy. Incidentally, Sarah, you really didn't have any acquaintance with Kai? That's a good question, right? No. Huh. Then how about this one? Something like Kai betrayed the kidnappers. And he was executed as an example? He did sock Miley after all, so we're going with this assumption maybe? It's possible he earned their wrath, but... Maybe that's not it. Then here's the next possibility. Kai was on our side, but he had some sort of communication with the kidnappers. I love this inference because there's so many different possibilities, right? It's really cool. Though in the same situation as all of us. He did dealings or missions in the shadows. Missions? Like what? You remember the first trial everyone took, right? Yes, the game where I was tied to a bed and we had to find a key. It wasn't the same for everybody. No. Didn't Katara say so? Yes, for Katara the trial was just to carry the box of Miley's head. That is, yeah, it's so interesting how everyone's trials could have been different as well. Ah, is that what you mean by missions? Yep, and sure, Kai might have also been trusted with a different mission. Like ensnare the other participants. No way. In other words, he was being manipulated like a disposable pawn. Ah. There's one more. A very slight possibility, but one of your friendly policemen would like to hope for. Possibly we got an ally on the side of the kidnappers. Interesting idea here. That's a to me like I think that would be ideal, but like I want to hear what KG says about this. In other words, there's a traitor among them trying to destroy the death game from the inside. That would be pretty fantastic. That would be pretty fantastic because then down the line maybe they could help us in another way, and maybe Kai was sent here for that reason as well. Because we know that like Kai was sent to protect us, right, from our dad. Like we know this for sure. Our dad also talked about the idea of destiny with us, but then again, I don't know if that's like something where he's just saying that's my daughter or whatever. So we'll have to see where that goes as well. That person was in contact with Kai and had him assist with the plan. Well, Sarah, think that's out of the question? One of the kidnappers is our ally? I'm gonna say it's possible. I mean, like, it doesn't hurt me to say it's possible, right? I have no proof that could fully deny it, but looks like you can't wrap your head around it. There are clearly some illogical aspects, so... Well, that's just my hope anyhow. Could be interesting if Miley was related to this, so... KG. I was just thinking. Has there been a similar case is a very interesting question as well. Like anything like this. Maybe there was a precursor to say a practice round. But I feel like KG might have mentioned it, would have mentioned it by now, right? In some ways. There hasn't been a past case similar to this death game, has there? There has. What? It was decades ago, apparently, but I've read the files. There was a battle for influence between major crime rings. At the time, the police were putting their all into exterminating these organizations. Those living in the shadows had it pretty rough, so crime rings started laying waste to their own. Oh. But if you're just going to mutually destroy each other, it's better to join hands, they thought. So they executed a plan to unify the crime rings into one monolith. In the ways of violence they are so adept at. That's freaking terrifying. Don't tell me that was a death game. Wait. A mutual slaughter with rules, scary stuff. The representatives had a grand battle and only one person survived. What? that survivor reigned at the top of the criminal society. I think it was called the Hades incident. So it was a battle to see who'd be the top criminal. They all killed each other. Whoever stood on top owned every organization. Hades incident. Hades, by the way, that's to do with hell and all this stuff, right? That's like a demon god. Hades is Greek, right? Hades is. I'm not always good with Greek culture. I'll be completely honest with you guys. It's one of the holes in my historic knowledge. Hades is the. I think it's a god of hell or like death or something like that. Shot at the top of the criminal underworld, hence the Hades incident. But ultimately, the organization collapsed afterwards. Justice always prevails. The police do their job sometimes, right? He's kind of like, he knows that like there's a bit of maybe a sour taste to like the idea of police officers in some way. He's like, hey, they do their job sometimes, right? Hey, you don't trust your friendly neighborhood police officer, I think he knows that there's probably like a growing societal maybe distrust sometimes of police officers, right? Why didn't you mention it is like an interesting question, right? Because I was like, maybe he would have mentioned something like this before, but then maybe it just doesn't relate too much to what we're doing now. Because I wasn't asked. And I figure it can be very relevant. I kind of agree that like it sounds very different from our predicament, right? It's not like we're vying for like control of an organization. Did he keep it hidden because it was inconvenient or else? So as not to make us uneasy? It's hard to know. I need to be really forceful with this guy or he always going to dodge my questions. That's what I would say. He's very cagey. He's very like, he dodges a lot of questions a lot of times. More importantly, we better get moving. Ranger's mentioning the rest of the attractions have all, here we go, have all opened up around here. Is that so? Think it'd be good to look for him? Tell me if I can help out with something. This policeman will be your partner, Sarah. It's the way he talks about himself as a policeman as well is always so funny. Is like, he's always like trying to like, because I think he's totally aware of like the idea of like, yeah, there is like maybe like a growing, like, I don't want to say like with these characters, but I'm saying like maybe he's kind of like, hey, but weird. He both like mentions he's a policeman all the time as if like something helpful. At the same time too, he'll always be like, Okay, so I got my mouse. I'm ready to do any type of games as well, because this is usually need a mouse for the games, right? The attractions, I'll go look around. Yeah, like, I regret not giving my tokens maybe to KG when we could have. I don't think it's enough to distrust him completely, right? To be like, oh, why didn't you tell us this stuff? Because to me, like, it's a similar thing, but I guess, like, where would be the timing where you would bring this up, I guess? I don't know. Who knows? Same conversations before. So I guess we can go down the ruined corridor. So the other ones might be opened up here. Oh my god, that's terrifying, Kataro. Now's not the time for attractions. I'm gonna let Ranger do what he pleases. Wait, they said now's not the time for attractions? What do you mean? Do we have to go talk to Keiji about the... Oh, here it is, okay. Charged card battle. Well, I thought he was like, hey, like they've opened up. Maybe he just wants us to explore, so maybe we go back into the lobby and talk to Keiji. Or maybe we explore other places? Relaxation room? Oh, look again there, look. What is this here actually doing? Alice, I take it you have business with the attractions beyond here? I thought so. Attractions appeared here? Well, you notice so my observational skills are superior. For sure, Alice. Over there, and here. Discover 3 death attractions. You can select an attraction via the move menu. Challenge them if you're up to it. And tell me if you seek out my observational skills. Okay, so now we can do these type of games. You okay, Gin? Even if it's fake outside, it feels nice at 100%. You're so right. You enjoy your time there again as much as possible. So we have quick draw. That sounds terrifying. Fly swatter. Spirit shudder. What's fly swatter? What? Am I confused on what KG said? KG actually said? Like, am I wrong in saying that he was like, hey, we should explore? Let me check for a second exactly what he said, because maybe I just misinterpreted what he said. Unless we go to the monitor room again? Oh, okay. Okay, something changed. Sarah, you okay, Kanna? Hey there. So, I worried you, huh? Kanna explained it to me. It's just one shock after another. I couldn't blame anyone for being paralyzed. Sarah, it looks like the attractions have appeared in a few places. Yeah, so I heard. It looks like you can go to 3 more attractions from here, in fact. What? Look behind you. Look behind us. Oh, there's more on this side too. Okay, he's here. There are paths on the opposite side. Discover 3 more death attractions. So that's what they want. Okay, that makes sense. They want us to find all the death attractions. Okay. I wonder, maybe some locations opened up other than the attractions. Let's search a little longer, Kanna. Okay. So that's all the attractions that opened? Okay, perfect. Yeah, the game wasn't being unclear. It's just that I didn't explore the last place. 100%. Okay. It might be about time to continue with the clearing the attractions. Okay. So we can go do that right now then. Oh, runaway minecart, hide and seek. That sounds terrifying. Hide and seek, participants 2, clear chip 2, difficulty normal. While hiding from the wicked dolls, pull 3 levers until reach max energy to win. What? Selected partner. Kanna, Keiji, Kanna, Alice. We picked Alice before. I'm gonna pick Kanna maybe, but she seems like she'd be the most. Oh, they tell you what skills they have. As Kanna Kizuichi, as Kanna, rate of energy filling increases. I like that a lot. I already like that. Keiji. Energy will not decrease over time. That's also pretty good. That's pretty good, guys. Because that means like we won't have to deal with like having to rebuild energy, I guess. I kind of like that one. Yeah. Okie dokie. Tailing, because again, Keiji or Kanna, I want them both to have like, you know, coins, but tailing stakeouts are a policeman's job. This is so interesting, man. These games are so fun. We gotta remember to take Kanna though on one of these games, 110%. Kanna and Gin have to go there too, so we can get them some coins also. Hide and seek. This sounds so scary, bad. We'll start with me. Oh my god, look at the artwork as well. We're hiding behind the rock. Let's keep a careful lookout. Touch the levers, the 3 levers to move to them, and build their energy to maximum. Touch the rocks to hide before the demon turns around. That's so cool. Touching your ally's icon will give you advice like, so good luck. This is so fun. Dead by Daylight style. Oh my god, what the hell? Oh my god, I'm feeling the vibe. Oh, this is so good. Oh my god, this is so fun. This is so fun. There's one. There's one. What? And now we have this to deal with? Oh my god, what? It's going way faster this time. Oh my god, this is so terrifying. I forgot that we don't get the power of our friend. It's always just like, only when we use him, it's not going to go down. This is terrifying. It's really well done, though. I love it. I freaking love it, man. This is awesome. This is so cool. This is so on. No, and it's just like, again, it reminds me of like just like any multitasking game we play, right? Like, not like, I wouldn't say it's like FNAF, because like I think FNAF is like about like, well, I guess FNAF is about multitasking and timing, but this is more just like a mini game of like almost like red light, green light in a way. Does that make sense? It's almost like a red light, green light. Oh, what the hell is that? Oh my god, we might actually be in trouble here. So there's one big boy. Pumpkin head over here. So this little guy. This guy. Where's blue guy? I'm blue guy. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I just thought I had the timing down. That's my bad.
Me too. Me too. We are the demon triplets. We like Pringles and chocolate biscuits. Shall we say chocolate biscuits? No, go back up there, Bluey.
This is so fun.
Hey, it's me again.
I'm waiting for blue guy. Yeah, there he is. Blue guy coming down. And this guy as well. No, I clicked it, but oh no. Can we try again? Wait, no. What the hell? We were so close. And we have an actual... Wait, we didn't actually die, did we? Oh my god. Oh, it's a game over. I didn't save. And people were saying save frequently. Oh, I forgot, guys. You were so correct. It's okay. We'll get back there. You guys are so correct. Save frequently is what people said. I just forgot. I heard your advice and I forgot completely. We will save as much as possible now. Wait. I think it's a good opportunity to use to do the thing I want to do with Yin then, right? You guys let me know if you're against me doing this, and then I definitely want to, like, you know, I definitely want to make it fun for you guys as well in that sense. I don't want to just, like, you know, save scum. But, like, if we have it, right? Like, the same way where I tried to lift up the cage last time as well. Yeah, I'm not against this. We're here, you know? So let's actually discuss this now, and then I'll fast forward through all the rest then as well. Is there, you want tokens? Here's short pitch. What do you guys say again? I've been told not to do this kind of trading money stuff, meow. It's kind of like gambling. It's scary, woof. So if it make you happy, sis, I'll give you some for... No. Not a trade, but he's just giving them? Do you want tokens as well, though? He said I took the bait, woof. You caught me, so you don't want to trade our tokens? Yeah, if it'll make you happy, Sarah, I'll give you some for free. No, let me give you some as well. Only I get 10 tokens. It's pure gain. Here are requests in exchange. Wait, you don't want to do my tokens? I do. That's it. It's just that nothing. This is nothing but a loss for you again. Do you not have some other condition? Grown-ups are so tiresome. Well then, what is it? I want you to pet. Oh my god! What the hell? He's a baby. Like, that is like a thing. Like kids, like, you know, like it's like in their parents' arms or something. They like to have, like, you know, like that comfort, I suppose, as well. That's very adorable. He said pet his head, right? Or he said cradle him first of all, right? Before he stopped himself. So you want me to cradle you? I didn't say that. You're surprisingly heavy. I couldn't let go, so I just hugged him. Oh, look. Because the thing is, he said that first, but then he, like, stopped himself, so I assume that's what he really wanted. He closed his eyes and wore a very relaxed expression. This is so normal for a kid to want to feel that comfort, right? 110%. But that wasn't all. I couldn't be sure of his mask, but oh, I heard a quiet sound like sniffling. All of this is scary again. A grade schooler. I don't know what grade school is in different countries, but I'm assuming that's like primary school in my country, which is like 5 to like 12. But like, it's a lot. He endured it all. People's deaths, repulsive malice. And again, this is such a cute thing and such a normal thing for a kid to like want to like experience, which is like, I want to like, you know, actually experience like this comfort of like, you know, and it's like someone you trust, right? And you see all the time, like when we were kids, like, you know, you get cradled by, or you get held by your mother or your dad, you get a hug from your mother or your dad. It's actually a very like adorable moment. He's not spoiled at all. Wait, he's not spoiled. Is she saying that like people don't do this in his actual life? Like her saying he's not spoiled at all. He won't show his face so that I don't pick up on his tears. I choose not to notice because I want to protect Gin's obstinance. Should I accept Gin's tokens? We will take them because, again, I'm like I said before, I don't want other people having them. Thank you, Gin. Trade complete.
I broke down Big Sarah's stubborn defenses. Woof.
He's so cute. Gin went off running like a dog. Well, that's it for negotiations. I think that's what I'm interpreting as. It's like when she says he's not spoiled at all, because I thought it was just about the stuff he's seen here. But I wonder if it is like when she says he bore malice and stuff like this too. Maybe it's like she felt like in his life he wasn't treated very well. Possibly. Suddenly I remembered something. Is now still there, I wonder. Yeah. I wonder if that's the case. And I can look back on the text again and see if that's the case. But like, because that's what I read it as like as well. But that'd be so sad if it is. Like if actually it's not just like the fact he wants to be held like he would be held at home. It's like the fact he maybe isn't held at home ever. And maybe he wanted to experience that. And with Sarah, someone he actually trusts as well. And it was so... And again, it could be either or. It's like one of those things where maybe he did have a horrible life. And maybe people didn't love him as much as they should have. But then there's also a case where it could be a thing where like, just this place is so terrifying that it makes you feel that way. Okay, so we're back here at the monitor room. I will actually save, if I can get out of this menu here. And we'll save now again. I want to correct myself. I think that like I just thought the whole thing of like he's not spoiled. What she more meant is that like he should be spoiled. He's a kid, kids should be spoiled in this moment, right? But while he's here being, in this death game when he shouldn't be. So I think that's what she meant by it. I think I read too much into the whole spoiled comment, but it's still such a beautiful moment between her and Gin, where I think that he's made like this like kind of true connection with her, where like this is probably one of those times where he truly gets to be like, because he's always gonna be a child and we're always gonna protect him. But this is one of those moments that truly is like, he's a child, right? And here's the thing, we always know he's a child. We never need reminding of that. But I think it's one of those moments for Sarah where like you stop to think about it even more, where it's like, oh my God, like this is a kid in this situation. He's endured all of this and he's hiding his face so you don't get to really see his emotions, but he's crying under all this too, and he finally gets to have this hug that makes him probably feel like a child as well and embrace, right? That's a connection of some kind. Rather than just like seeing all this malice and this pain, he's attached himself to Sarah because he does have that trust in her, and that trust is even like more founded now that it seems like he wanted this kind of like physical connection where it was like, again, really adorable, really beautiful, and a great moment between the two of them as well. Because while it's like, from the perspective of all this, it's such a effed up thing, right? For anyone to be in this situation, for a kid to be in this situation, it's disgusting. It's so disgusting. So I'm glad that Sarah has this connection again, where it does feel like it is like not replacing a parental figure, but a trusting figure that can still have that emotional connection that he, like, as a kid you need, right? You definitely need as well, I'm gonna go with Kanna this time, by the way. So we can also get her some stuff as well, because then also the energy bar fill up faster. 110%. This is a really fun game, though. It's a really fun game. I did save there, right? I did. I better have. I better have saved. It's a really, really fun game. This is one that I love. I can't wait for the other mini games. This is how fun these games are, as well. Let's go. So let's see how much faster it fills up. So he does this thing here where like every once in a while he stops, so we might as well wait for him to do this next one. I might go for this one first. Is that faster? It was kind of the fills it up faster, right? Such a scary idea. It really is. Ah! And the fact that you actually die in these games is what's so insane. And we have this one to fill up now as well. Oh, sorry, it doesn't fill up faster until it's Kanna. I keep forgetting that we don't have those powers. It's Kanna's powers. And it's Keiji's powers, right? I believe. Let the face appear again. I decided to change my whole method of doing this. right? Ah, no. Because now we have a better chance of... Oh. You see what I mean? Way better idea to do this. So now we can just do this really quickly afterwards as well. And just go back and forth. Oh my god, this is gonna work. I think it's gonna work. But it goes down, that's the problem, so we have to be very wary about... Oh, lucky hit there. Lucky. Very lucky. Yeah, this is... I think it's a way better way to do it. I think we might have it. Yeah, this is... I don't know... Yeah, this is 100%. F yeah. Awesome. Okay. Back and forth. Won the battle. So fun. The way I was doing originally was not efficient. Was I of use? It's not about being of use, right? You were helpful and you helped me and I helped you. We helped each other, right? Look at the way your hands there as well. Look. Oh my god, she's adorable. Let's split these clear chips, okay? Obtain one clear chip. Yeah, I would definitely want to give her some chips as well. With this attraction is done. Do we get to do other attractions or is it going to go into another story part? Negotiation. Oh, another negotiation. This is tough because again, I trust everyone here, right? Even if Kanna kept something from us, I truly believe that like she wants to be trusted, and everyone here I believe can be trusted in my opinion. But I made a vow first and foremost that I would protect Kanna as much as possible. So I'm gonna go with that vow. Sarah, it's not a trade or anything, but can we talk? Sure, whatever you want. I love when she does that hand thing. It's so cute. So seemed to have gotten tired and fallen asleep, so I can talk now while he's resting. Okay. Don't tell me. Did you learn something important? I'm sorry. It's not anything like that, I'm afraid. Come think of it. I've never really gotten to have a calm talk with Kanna before. Of course, because she was going through it. She really was. Kanna just wants to chat with someone. Sarah, it's not a trading thing, but oh yeah, we can discuss. Yeah, sure. Really, hurry. If you want to chat, we can. Look at her face as well. The hand thing is so adorable. I see people who are nervous do that thing all the time, by the way. I wanted to talk to you too, Kanna. I'll pour some tea. This is lovely. Okay, we're not trading tokens, but I've never seen Kanna so cheerful before. Kanna feels like she's been a burden for a long while now, so she feels this way about herself. Don't worry about it. Please, don't worry about it. All the things you've done, you couldn't help it. But Sarah and Nao, both of you are being positive and moving ahead. You are too. You literally stood up and was like, I'll watch over So. I'll help out in this. Trust me. That is moving on ahead. You're doing such a good job. Kanna's a hopeless girl on her own. She can't walk or even stand. You are standing right now after everything that's happened. You lost your sister. You shouldn't expect to be right back on your feet right away. That's not how life works. It's just not how life works. You're standing and walking now. Doesn't that count? Sarah. Sarah, you're like a warrior. Oh my god. Kanna, you're a warrior too. Like a samurai. I could see you with a katana. Oh, really? That's really sweet. That's really sweet. Well, I was in Kendo Club in Minnesota. Oh, really? I knew it. If you were a senior at Kanna school, she'd look up to you so much. Oh, the Kanna, that's so lovely. Thank you so much. That's such a nice thing to say, right? And you can see it in her face too. I cannot go over how cute this hand movement is. You must be so popular. I mean, well liked by everyone in schools. We've heard that, right? That people do appreciate her quite a bit. I mean, I did get a love letter from a younger girl once, but oh yeah? Sure enough. A frivolous chat. An empty conversation that was just fun. Yeah, and sometimes it's needed. I realized I'd forgotten about them for so long. Yes, those peaceful, ordinary days. Kanna likes how cool you sound, Sarah. Kanna, you are the cutest thing that's ever existed. You and Gin, the cute brigade. Thanks. Actually, once I got to high school, I tried to cure myself of talking like this. Huh? Did you really? I mean, it's a little embarrassing since most girls are quite brisk. Or quite so brisk. No, it's nothing. Sarah, you're just like my sister. Oh, yeah? I mean, she said this before that we reminded her of her sister as well. Is she saying that she tried to not do as much small talk in some ways or some, like, quote-unquote frivolous chats when she got into high school? Huh? Both in strength and in kindness. Oh, that's so lovely. And the fact that she can see someone she loves in us as well is a great honor as well. But my sister wasn't always kind for the moment we met. Oh, really? She was like, maybe it took a while then. The moment we met, you aren't blood related? Guess I win is crazy. Guess I win is nuts. Connor, are you and your sister not blood related? Right. So it's like, okay, it's like half sisters. Connor's adopted. Okay. She came to her current family. Oh my god, this sprite is so cute as well. From an orphanage when she was little. Right. So you and her had different parents. Mom and Dad were really kind. Kanna was determined to always smile, childishly thinking, I can't trouble them. And Kanna's sister didn't seem to like that. Interesting. I wonder if it is like maybe a feeling of like you're approaching my family, this is my family. There's like a possessive feeling maybe in some ways. And because you're being so nice, like there was nothing really to pick apart for you. So maybe it's just picking apart that you were nice. Possibly. Stop it, Coogie. Why did you do what, Coogie? Why do you do such cruel things? No, it's fine. Kanna's not angry. She's not really. And again, this probably frustrates. And again, I'm not saying by like her sister's wrong, by the way, for doing mean things to her. I want to say when I talk about like maybe from the emotional standpoint, she's probably feeling like, okay, a bit jealous, maybe a bit like, okay, this is my spot and you're encroaching on this. I was like an only child and then you came in here. And then it's probably going to frustrate her even more that she's like, Kanna's being nice, because people that do get kind of like jealous of people, they want there to be like a bit of bad in other people. So when that doesn't come out, it gets even worse because it's like, oh, you're not reacting the way that I want you to react in, you know? Look, see? Oh, Kanna. Why do you always laugh for? You know what I mean? I think it is kind of that way. You know, it's like when you're like, there's that one friend who's always like, oh, like Jack's an idiot, man. I hate Jack. And you're like, why do you hate Jack for? And then Jack's like, I don't mind if you hate me, bro. It's fine. It makes it even worse for those people because they want to see something in like this person that they're kind of jealous of. You know, that is bad, that other people should see as well. But all they can pick apart is the nice parts of them. Huh? You're creepy, I hate it. Stop that, apologize, Coogie. Even then, I kept on smiling. I didn't want to make my sister out as a villain. That's very kind of you. That's incredibly kind of you, Kanna. And honestly, like very, like, I don't know, not ideal. You know what I mean? Because you want to, like, be able to find a happy medium where, like, even if she is jealous or upset that a new girl has joined her family, that's not Kanna's fault. You know what I mean? If she's frustrated with her parents that she brought someone into her life as well, then that's like something she has to be frustrated with her parents about, you know? But obviously she might take it out on Kanna. But you want to be able to have like a situation where you're like standing up for yourself as well, you know? But one day, when it became unbearable, I ran out from home. Oh, Kanna. Jesus, Coogie, what the hell? You're joking me. And she put a bucket. Oh, is that the bucket? Is that what she uses, the bucket? She put a bucket over her head. She was crying. She didn't want to show people she was crying. Oh my god, look at her little boots. What are we supposed to do with that? That's so adorable. I couldn't go home. I didn't want to think it to myself. I didn't want to think it to myself. That to myself. I sat in the park with a bucket on my head and cried. Hey, what you doing? What's with the bucket? You're funny. And then there's the sniffle again.
You crying? All right.
Oh no. Oh, this other kid comes up and starts joking around as well. I'm sorry, but that is like why, like, you know, I always say there's nobody who's like that's truly born evil, right? Like 110%, like this kid, even if he's called a brat, the first thing he does is I'm gonna, like, you know, do something funny to make this poor girl laugh. And again, it's one of those things where like this is why the kids can be pure too. She saw Kanna with a bucket on her head, and instead of being like, that's so stupid and so weird, he's like, that's funny. You know what I mean? That's like, you know, that's so funny, bro. You have a bucket on your head in a sweet way. This is a very sweet moment. What are you doing? Huh? How dare you putting a bucket on her head and making fun of her? Beat it, you. Oh, Coogie, he didn't do that. I wasn't teasing her. He didn't do that, Coogie. Liar, Kanna's crying, isn't she? Coogie, you made her cry. Don't be cruel to my little sister. Jesus Christ. Like, he was actually being very kind. That was the first time she called me little sister. And it was like, and again, this game doesn't ever have situations that are perfect. This little boy was definitely trying to make Kanna a little bit happier by laughing and doing something funny. But the first time she bonded with her sister was over like someone trying to help her, and the sister finally being like, okay, this is my little sister. What a cruel kid, that Kugi. You still crying? Sorry, sister. So you cry too, Kanna? Of course she does. Kanna, I'm sorry. Sister, Mom and Dad are worried, so let's go home quick, okay? Okay. Hopefully things changed from that point on. Ever since then, me and my sister got along really well. I bet the parents were like over the frickin' moon. But like in my opinion, what is wrong with the parents? Like the fact that she felt she had to run away from home at some point. It doesn't matter if Kanna's like, oh, everything's okay. It doesn't matter whatsoever. The parents should have been like, no, Kugi, we are literally going to like sort this right now. You do not treat your sister this way. You can't adopt a child and then just like, ignore the signs when they're upset. That's just ridiculous. It should have been sorted out way earlier. I see. Without any blood relation, Kanna and her sister got along really well. Tough situation to build up to though as well. I'm still thinking about that poor little Brack kid. He seems so kind. I thought the story was gonna be Kanna made a new friend as well, Kanna will definitely go home, all the tears in her eyes as well. Because she needs to tell Mom and Dad. Determination. A kind of determination much too heavy for a girl her age to bear, 110%. It is a horrible, horrible situation. The fact that, like, as well, she has a lot of memories of, like, her bad memories with her and her sister. And again, like, I don't want to condemn a kid for being cruel when they realized they were being cruel and they changed their whole motto or whatever. The situation that was happening there clearly to me was that they adopted a kid, which is a beautiful thing to adopt a kid like Kanna who deserves to have a family 110%, but they didn't set up the household and Kugi's emotions or think about Kugi's emotions before they adopted her. And again, I'm not saying that, I hope it doesn't make clear here. Kugi was awful to Kanna and it should have been dealt with. It should have been dealt with right away. But I'm trying to say that the parents should have realized like, sat down with Kugi and be like, do you want another kid in the house? Is this something that you will be able to handle? You're going to have to share everything. Not share all your stuff, but like share a space. You have to do all this stuff. It's going to be another girl in the house that you're going to have to like talk to. You know what I mean? There's going to be little annoyances. There's going to be all this stuff. But obviously that wasn't dealt with and it led to this Kugi clearly not liking that a new girl came into her family. And as I said, then because Kanna wasn't being truthful with her own pain, all Kugi then sees is this girl is like, I'm trying to get a rise out of and try to make feel bad, is never feeling bad, but really she is feeling bad. And as soon as she started crying, she realized he made her feel bad. And I think it was that it's again, Kugi should have been told to stop and it should have been dealt with by the parents 110%. Kanna shouldn't have had to go through that, but I'm glad at least they had a good relationship in the end. It seems like it was a bout of like crazy jealousy. I should be going soon. Someone might wake up after all. Thank you very much, sir. And someone might say, well, they literally had a speech bubble with the mother saying and the father saying you can't do that to Kanna. The issue is, there's one thing to be like, you can't do this. And people might say, well, what can you do, Calvin? Like, you can't do corporal punishment. And I agree, you can't do that. But there are ways of like getting through to the point where it's like, this is a real person. Like, look at this gal. How could anyone harm her? There's ways to do it. There's ways to like get it through to the kids and all this stuff as well. And also there's ways to prep the household before you maybe adopt someone as well. And I don't want to judge them because obviously adopting Kanna is the best decision anyone could ever make because look at this gal, right? She's adorable. She's lovely. She's sweet. But it was not Kanna's fault that whole situation happened and something should have been done. Something should have been done for sure. Well, that was it for discussions. Oh, what happened, Gin? It hurts. What's wrong, Gin? Two of us went into an attraction, but I couldn't quite protect him. Why couldn't you protect him? Sarah, I'm okay. It's just a scratch. Woof. Are you sure you're okay? But you're oh my god. What attraction was it? I can lick it better. Oh my god, his little dog. Would be nice to have somewhere to care for wounds.
Would you like to go to the medical office?
Can I go with? I'm going with him. 100%. This character is such a crazy design.
What do you want? Scram, woof. But I wouldn't be good if the wounds were left to fester. You got no right to be worrying over me, melon soda lady. Medical treatment for my participants is just part of my job, you see.
Can't exactly believe you that easily. Sure, you couldn't trust him that easily. Are you willing to take a vow, Safalin?
I vowed that I will cause him no harm.
I won't go back on my word. We're still going with him.
Can't trust her. I'd be mad if she remodeled my body to some weird superhuman.
Again, from the kid's perspective as well. That sounds kind of cool.
You do it if you want to that much.
Oh my god. Poor Gin.
I won't force it upon you, but I definitely do think you should get some treatment.
What to do? Trust Saflin. This is the issue here, is that I wonder if this is also a thing with like trust with Gin, maybe? Do you think? He doesn't want to go. That's the problem. He does not want to go with her. But is it a thing where maybe it could be a situation where like if the wound is meant to fester? I don't know how this game would work, right? I don't know. I'm leaning towards the idea of not trusting just for Gin's sake. But I'm worried about the wound. You know what I mean? I'm worried about the wound. I'm worried that this will become something worse. This is so freaking hard. This is so freaking hard. I don't know. I'm so worried that later on the wound is going to come back and get infected or so. You know what? This game has been so dark. I'm sorry I'm taking so long to think about this, guys, but I think it is like one of those... So don't trust Saflin sounds like it's a trusting for Gin. Trust Saflin means he might actually be better in the end. I don't think they're going to kill him or anything or do anything bad to him, but we never know in this game. I don't think they would kill him in this instance because it's against the rules, right? I might do the trust just because I'm worried about the wound. Yeah.
Are you serious?
He's about to do something bad. Cage and I will protect you. Sounds good to me.
Thank you very much. Please follow me this way.
As long as this doesn't ruin our trust with Gin. Oh, there is like a nice little infirmary.
Here's the medical office.
What is this place? Does it lead outside? Oh, and he wants to go outside so badly. Everything you see outside is an image projected on the glass cabinets. That must feel so bad to feel like it's so close but so far away as well, right?
An image? Yes, currently we're displaying a smooth, soothing tropical scene. How do you like it?
You're right, it does feel nice. Feels like the AC's turned just right for it too.
How observant. I actually managed this room myself. It serves as a laboratory as well.
So, can we heal Gin?
Yes, the medical supply's over here.
Oh, look at this. Oh, it's a big cut. Yeah, we need to definitely clean this up 110%. That's a big cut. That can get infected. It's like literally nearly his whole leg. For sure. Cage tended to Gin's wounds. It's lighter than I thought. Does it hurt, Gin?
It doesn't, but I want a big necessary heal it for...
Oh, well now it got me the sore spot. A wound like this should be fine, just being washed in water and... Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good.
I have a salve that speeds up the secular repair, so if you use that as well, it will more quickly.
Sure that's not dangerous?
Understood. Please look at this.
Saflin cut her own hand, making it bleed. Wait, making it bleed? And you use it like so on the bleeding area. It isn't dangerous. Wait. Proving with your own body. Got it. Wait. You can see it's kind of healed there. Can dolls bleed? Wait, did Miley bleed as well when she was hit with the pan? I think she did, right? Did she? I think it's possible. Safflin's looking my way.
Please take it easy.
She seems like she actually is like just following by the rules. She's supposed to be, I guess, like this healer of some kind. A first aid kit with medical supplies. How are you, Gin? You okay? Gin and Cage here are talking in whispers. Gin being on the couch here shows you how little he really is, guys. Look at this. He doesn't even reach the floor.
Mr. Policeman.
What's up?
Is it okay to give Big Sis Sarah this now?
What is it? What is it? What is it, KG? You're not having secrets with Gin. Better not give her that. I wonder what they're talking about. Do you have something for me?
It's nothing. Woof.
It's pretty suspicious. Look at what he did. Pretend I didn't see. Look at what he did. Pretend I didn't see. This is tough because like I don't know. I don't think KG's gonna hide something terrifying, but I wonder if it's just something good, right? I don't know. I'll pretend I didn't see because again, it's a kid and like it's clear that maybe it's a secret for Sarah, or maybe it's a present even for Sarah. You never know, and I don't want to trample on that either. You know what I mean? I don't know what he hid from me, but I pretend I didn't see anything.
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
God, I'll trust you, Gin. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's like one of those things where like it seems like it's something he wants to give as a gift or something, or something he wants us to see. And if he wants to give it to us and like it's not the right time or something like that as well, then we'll trust the little kid, you know? Well, we treated Gin, so let's leave. Right.
If you get hurt, please come back.
Her design is so cool. Got it. Got it. We'll be careful. Let's go, you two. While I hope that you guys know, we left the medical office behind. Day 1, night. While I totally understand that we could have said thank you in that moment, right? I don't want to say thank you to like people involved in this thing like yet at all. Yes, Saflin could turn out to be like this lovely person or whatever, and she helped Gin out 110%. But I hope you guys understand that like I just don't feel right saying thank you. The stuff with Gin and KG, I trust KG and I trust Gin. I don't want to trample on Gin's whatever gift he has given us or whatever. It seems like a present of some kind. Rego's glancing at me to call me over. I wonder what it is. Well, I'm probably going to end the video here anyway, and we're going to save here. Did I save today? Yes, I did, I think. Did I? I don't think I did. Did I? Oh god, that would have been terrifying. This is another kind of like big episode, I feel like, as well. We got to do like, first of all, a really fun minigame. That wasn't the first thing we did, but it was a really fun minigame I had so much fun with. So much enjoyment out of that horror minigame. And then once you realize that, like, okay, we can do multiple handles at different times, it actually becomes even more fun. There is a really, a talent behind this game for writing very realistic situations and not shying away from making the situations not feel, there's nothing here that's very like clean in terms of like, or being homogenized or something like that as well, where it's like clean enough so like you can like accept it, you know what I mean? The way I always give an example of that is like, you know, when people talk about like, you know, say like depression, and people always say like, you know, with depression, like they like, you know, people have no problem being that person that's there for someone depressed when it's like, oh, you're feeling sad, you're in bed all day, you know. But then when it comes to like, you know, the gigantic, you know, mess in the room where it's all dirty, or like you get gigantic mood swings and you start hating other people, then people are like, whoa, that's not the part of depression I want to help out. Because people don't mind interacting with like the part that is like romanticized on TV versus the part that like is very realistic, that can like really like destroy your life. And what the reason I'm saying that is because in this game, it feels like they don't shy away from they don't just show the parts of like trauma that like on TV that you would see in some shows where like it's like acceptable to show. They don't just show the parts that like, you know, are considered normal by TV standards or movie standards. What they do in this game is like they have no problem like legitimately showing you the very much sadder, more awkward, darker sides of trauma, and also like showing you how people interact in a space where everyone is unique and weird and everyone has their own past and everyone is trying to deal with every single situation their own way, and they don't shy away from making it sometimes very like, oh, that's crazy, but understandable. The example I would give there is we started off here, like kind of in this whole episode, we had a discussion on like, and I eventually get my stuff, I took some coins from Gin and, had the cradling stuff there as well. But you can talk about that first, since that happened technically first in a different timeline. But it's a situation where like, this is a kid, right? This is Gin. He's a little child and he's stuck in this whole situation here. And Kanna's a child too, and there are other children here as well, 110%. But like Gin is like a grade schooler kid, who's being subjected to something that is just so horrific and so horrible that like no adult should ever have to witness, let alone a kid should have to witness. And I think that is like, it's a hard pill to swallow, because it's one of those things where like we never forget about it, but then in that moment when Sarah like was hugging into him and cradling Gin and he was crying and feeling like the warmth of Sarah there in that moment, there is a moment there where as we're hugging him that like you realize not only is this a kid, but it's like he's not getting the stuff the kid should have, which is, the attention maybe. Now we are giving him attention now, but like the attention he's supposed to give and like the learning process, the stuff he's supposed to be given to him, that he's supposed to be playing outside. And then again, they have him like wanting to go outside all the time because he's a kid and like he doesn't get to do all this stuff. He's not in school right now. He's like here, like in all this stuff, like, in this terrifying situation. And we already know this and all the time. We talk about this all the time, how horrible it is that he's in this situation. But when he's crying in your arms and you realize like he should be allowed to be cradled and hugged by his family whenever he wants to, you realize just how dark this really is. It's a really dark situation. A beautiful moment between the two of them, but like undertones of a lot of darkness. We were in the room with Nao as she was talking to the AI of Mishima. And I think the AI thing is so, again, it's one of those realistic portrayals of like how things aren't always just pretty, right? Because again, you can play this game, and I'm sure there are people who play this game that go, man, Nao is weird for talking to this AI. Like that's a fake AI. But again, I love the way that this game puts Sarah in the same shoes as Nao. And then also they have this like full almost conversation without even like talking to each other. And I think that's what's so powerful about this, where like it's almost like Sarah's listening to her without actually having a conversation with her and like listening to her. It's like Nao is pouring her heart out in a way right in front of her, and Sarah is like taking it all in, right? And it motivates her in her own way too. I love that they have Sarah as a character look at this and not go, oh my god, like this is crazy. What are we doing talking to an AI? Instead she goes, if that was Joe, I would be there too. If that was Kanna's sister Kugi, she would be there too. And I think it's such a mature take on this whole thing, rather than just having people be like, oh, that's weird, or come on now, get out of there. But instead we have the best possible outcome, even though it's still very hard and she's not fully better. Having now realized, okay, I shouldn't be here anymore, and deciding to leave. While it's still painful and while she still feels like she needs Professor Mishima, she got some closure, but then at the same time too is like, it's understandable why she would want to be there. She doesn't want to leave his side, but she eventually decided she had to, because again, it's more healthy for her to move on, but it's understandable why she would be in front of that monitor. But we use that as a motivation to kind of be like, we got to move forward as well and got to keep going and be strong. But Sarah sees that as a thing, again, what happened to Joe is her fault. No matter what in this situation, it's not her fault. Just like with the stuff like just like the stuff with Kai, it's not her fault either. It's the fault of people who run this game. I always use the analogy, like if someone runs into a room and has a gun and they point it at two people's heads and say, one of you is going to die now, choose is going to die. Right now. You have to choose who's going to die. And if you choose yourself to live, right, and the other person dies, that's not your fault that they're dead. It's the person that came in with the gun. Just end of, right? And it is a really, like, sad thing that she thinks this way, but again, it's so normal. And the reason I say it's normal, because this isn't situations normal, but I mean like the way you would react in a situation to be like, oh, it's my fault. I'm not surprised. I don't think anyone's surprised that that's the way you would feel about this. It's a very realistic portrayal of like what you would feel in this moment of like, oh, I am the problem here. It's my fault this happened, because you're going to start blaming yourself because Joe's not here and you're here. You are here. Yeah, it's just a really difficult situation for Sarah here, because it's as always with your turn to die, it's like, that's horrible. But like, it's very realistic in how I feel like someone might respond in this situation, and the trauma that she feels from this too. Yeah, it's a really dark situation. Of course, then after this, we got to play, we went around and kind of, first of all, we saw Katara having an argument with Ranger, but then we got to go around and actually have like a bit of an exploration, play a new minigame, which was actually like really, really fantastic. I really liked the minigame with the horror minigame. I liked it better than even the other game, which was the arm wrestling minigame, which is really, really fun as well. But this game was like super, super fun also. I think it's like one of those situations where like with the arm wrestling thing, it was not the arm wrestling thing was just very, very hard with the timing. With this was just like really fun having like micromanaging things as well. Even though I died the first time, the second time was really, really fun too. Love the mini games in this game, even if they have like a terrifying connotation. Love them. And again, you guys told me to save frequently. I forgot. It's one of the situations where literally last night I was reading your comments being like, oh yeah, save frequently. Oh, like I forgot it as I was doing this, which happens a lot. But yeah, before that we had the conversation about Kai, and I think the whole thing about Kai coming up again is like really, really important because we talked about the laptop and wanting to find the laptop because Katara obviously has an interest in Kai being a good person too. We also questioned that throughout the entire playthrough. Was Kai a good person? Who was Kai? And while, like, as we always say, the whole thing with Sarah is like, you know, her thinking that this guy was watching her maybe once or maybe here or there, being her stalker, is like a completely understandable perspective to have. It's still a situation where Kai got a really wrong end of the stick here, both from Sarah's dad and the situation where like he wasn't able to really like express to her exactly what was happening. Because of course, she didn't want to outwardly say anything just because of her doubts and always because she was scared. And maybe if she did say something, and again, it's not her fault. I want to make this clear. I want to make this perfectly clear. It could have been cleared up, but the issue is like, that's what happens in these situations with like girls being stalked, people being stalked, especially like a young girl in this sense where it's like, she's scared that if she says anything, something might happen or someone might jump the gun or someone might do something scary. So like, it's one of those things where like, you can't blame Sarah for not saying anything because she was terrified. Besides all that, the whole thing with Kai, like trying to figure out maybe he was a good person, maybe he was working with them. I lean more towards, my opinion is I lean more towards that he definitely has a connection to Sarah through obviously their dad. And that means there's a possibility that maybe, just maybe a possibility that like he found out about this game beforehand, right? And found out about the kidnappers and was trying to maybe stop this from happening, but ended up like probably being kidnapped as well. I don't know. That's my theory right now. Because that's all we have to go on with the stuff with the parents and stuff like that too. But I do like that like KG laid this all out. It's a really fun sequence. And it lets us also think about the idea that like, could Kai be a good person? Could Kai be this, you know, which we already know he's not a stalker, right? We already know that. But again, we've been looking for more context and more information on what happened and what he's doing and what he was doing here. And also, you'd want Sarah to find out for sure as well, by the way. Because even after he dies and all this stuff too, and even after this, she's not aware of the secret, like, handshake agreement that he and his her dad had. She's not aware of this. So right now, all she thinks is, maybe he wasn't. So right now, she's still thinking to herself, probably like 20% like, but he was watching me that one time. Maybe one time or two times or three times, whatever it is. We don't know the context. And again, you're understandably would feel this way. But then, you know, there's now another part of her brain that she's thinking like, well, he attacked the kidnappers and he was very resistant to the kidnappers and he died in the end himself. Like, so maybe he wasn't working with those kidnappers. So there's all these doubts going across in her head. And that laptop seems to be something that they want to find for both Katara and Sarah that could help them understand this. The theories probably put her mind a little bit at ease, but it's not going to fully like maybe everything, put everything at ease. You know what I mean? 110%. Because there's always going to be doubts in her mind in some ways, for sure. Yeah, like another really incredible scene there. We had the minigame, as you said, and then we had more negotiations, and this time with Kanna. I think that this stuff with Kanna was fantastic because they talked about the idea of like how they never get to do this anymore. They never get to have these conversations. They never get to have just a normal conversation. And they were just chatted the, I was going to say the S word, but they were chatting with each other over tea. And it was just a really simple thing. It wasn't about tokens. It wasn't about I'll take your token, you take my token. It was just sitting down and letting them be kind of like themselves, letting them be students for a bit, letting them having these chats and like converse and actually have a normal moment for a bit. And that's so important in like this place of like terror, right? And then we got to learn about Kanna's backstory, which I've already said at length what I think about the whole thing with Kanna's backstory. So heartbreaking. Of course, like, you know, I'm glad she found a family in some ways. But something should have been done about the kid who was being so mean to her, Kugi, for the whole time. Because the fact that it got to the point she wanted to run away means that the parents weren't doing enough. And you could say, well, Calvin, sometimes parents aren't as observant because they don't see... if a kid's saying they're okay, then they don't know really what to do. I would say that, like, if they have to tell her to stop multiple times and she still wasn't stopping, that means, like, you know, it's not working out in some ways, and they need to have, like, a big, long chat. And, like, I'm talking about they need to sit down with their daughter, Kugi, for, like, an hour and say, you're staying here, we're talking about this. You can't do this. And then ask, why would you do this? Because that's an important thing too, because Kugi is their child as well, to be like, why did you do this? Like, not, you can't do this, but like, which is what you should say, but also saying, hey, look, are you jealous of her? Or maybe that's not the right term to use for, because the kid's going to go, no. Instead, maybe be like, look, we should have conversed with you about bringing a new kid, but you have to understand something. She's a living being. She deserves respect and all this stuff too. A big long chat, so she doesn't forget this chat, and then say, look, this is what's gonna happen. It's like, if you aren't nice to her, we're gonna have to think of like another way to like sort this out. Whether it be like, I know I'm not a parent, so I can't really say, like, because I would never like I never condone corporal punishment ever. But it's like, oh, maybe we like take your phone, or so, I don't know how that works. Maybe you guys, if someone's a parent, you can tell me what you guys think about this stuff too. For sure. Yeah, I'm not perfect with that stuff, but I just think something should have been done. I know it's hard. I know it's very difficult, especially with a kid like that. But again, obviously Kugi was in the wrong here with what she was doing to poor Kanna. Poor Kanna going off. And that's why she has the bucket, by the way. The bucket is definitely for, like, it's a comforting thing, right? Crying into the bucket. And this poor kid, this little kid, she could have made a really good best friend here. That's what hurts me even more. Like, I'm glad her and Kugi were good in the end, right? But like, this poor little kid comes along and starts trying to make Kanna laugh, and Kugi's like, get out of here, idiot. And it's like, he's nicer to her than you are. She could have had a whole new friend, and like, it could have helped a lot with those situations too, you know? Because it's good to have like some friendship outside of that, your family as well, of course. And like, it's really good. So like, she could have had a friend there. So like, again, that poor kid got chased off, but the way Kugi said, oh, you cry. It's like, I think what happened here was definitely a fit of jealousy. You know, a new kid coming into my life. It's different now. I share spaces. I have to wait to use the bathroom. There's a little bit more noise. Not that Kanna would make noise. You know, there's like different things that change things about the household. When, of course, no matter what, it's a rare occurrence ever if you add a whole new kid to your household and the house doesn't change. That's be crazy, right? If it didn't. So you can understand the point of jealousy and upset, but again, that should have been talked about at great length before she arrived, and should have been sat down like Kugi, like, hey, are you going to get jealous of this? Are you upset with this? Do you want this to happen? Are you going to be able to handle this? And I really mean it now. Like, tell me, like, is this something that you'll be able to deal with? Having a whole new person in your life? Because you never would doubt anyone for adopting a child, because it's actually a very beautiful thing. And Kanna's such a lovely child as well, that it's like, you know, thank God someone took her in. But yeah, it's a very tough situation that clearly there's a point of like, you know, that something should have been done beforehand for Kugi, so she would have been more prepared for a new kid coming in here and maybe more emotionally stable and checking on how she was. And then something should have been done afterwards when it all started to save Kanna from that situation too, because what? If she didn't cry that day in front of her, you telling me that she would have been like still being bullied for years? She had to cry for it to stop? And again, and from Kugi's perspective, I know what happened. In my opinion, I think I know what happened. Kugi saw, I need to get a rise out of this kid because I want to make her upset. I want to make her feel bad because I feel bad. And when Kanna wasn't showing that she felt bad, that made it worse for Kugi. She's like, that's not what I want. She wants her to get bad. So she tried to poke it more and poke some more and poke some more. And then finally she saw her crying. She's like, oh crap, I did something wrong here, right? And again, I'm not going to sit here and like, they're both probably kids, right? Because Kanna was really small at that point. I'm not going to sit here and be like, God, that idiot kid Kugi. I'm gonna be like, that kid did really horrible things, right? But like, clearly, like, the household was not prepared for two kids to be in the same space. If like this poor kid psychologically was feeling like she was like, you know, jealous of this kid. Again, I say poor kid, but again, as I'm saying, something she should have been like, the situation should have been dealt with. She should not have been doing what she was doing to Kanna. But I was just trying to say like how they could maybe prevented beforehand. It seems like it wasn't really well thought out whatsoever. At all, you know, and that doesn't excuse being mean. You should just, you know, you shouldn't be mean. You should not be mean and horrible, and it made Kanna feel so bad, and then the poor kid as well got attacked as well. But yeah, yeah, it was a really beautiful conversation, but also at the same time, very heartbreaking conversation, getting to know Kanna more. And we see that Kanna looks up to Sarah just like Gin does, as like someone who's like her sister, but also someone she sees as very cool, which is another very sweet moment too. We had the moment with Gin's injury and having the salve with what was the name as well? It's like Salafin? Is it Salafin? Is it Safalin? Safalin? Great design, really interesting character. She wants us to trust her. We did trust her because again, my whole thought process was I didn't want like 2 hours from now for them to be like, Gin's sick. and you didn't heal the wound. You know what I mean? I'd rather him not trusting me for a little bit than be sick. It's really cool as well because they write this kid so well, because like not only with the stuff with the cradling stuff, but then also like when Keiji's doing his wound, he's like, I want Sarah to do it instead. That to me is such a kid thing to be like, no, I don't like this guy, I want that person, you know, because they pick their person, right? Kids pick their people, right? They go, that's my person, you know? Just like, it's almost like the way cats or dogs do. It's like, that's my person, you know, this is my guy. Especially cats. Cats go like, that's my person. Very cute moment as well there. But then also like there was a salve that maybe cures things. She cut herself, what made her bleed. And again, I want to know more about the bleeding thing, because like I think Miley did bleed, so maybe the dolls just can bleed. But I was just shocked there for a second. But yeah, like it was a moment where we found out that like we trusted this doll and she was cool about it. In the end, I didn't say thank you, but I stand by that because I don't want to say thank you to anyone involved in this situation now, because I don't know enough information. As I said, it might turn out that like Saflin like is actually really cool, but like right now I'm not going to say thank you for the bare minimum of like cleaning a cut when we're already trapped in the situation and kidnapped. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, it's just not going to happen. Very interesting episode, guys. I had a lot of fun with this in terms of the mechanics and stuff, and also like it's so interesting with the story. It's so well written. It's crazy how well written this is, and I can't wait to see more of this. I think I might do like a ranking of my favorite characters at some point with you guys, if you guys would want to see that. Right now, I'd say like top 3 is probably like, you know, Gin, Kanna, and Reiko, and Alice is 4. Then maybe that's around the top 4, but it's in no order, I guess. But yeah, but if you want to see these videos early, guys, you can see them on YouTube members and on Patreon for €1. Or whatever it is in your currency. If you want to see your name going across on the screen right now as a thank you in the text credits, that is €10 or whatever it is in your currency. And if you want to see your name, or hear your name, I should say, be read out at the end of every single video, that is €15 or whatever it is in your currency. And that is every single video the whole month. I want to say thank you to the patrons first at the highest tier, that being Ty Pharaoh 2, Jamie Bull, Johnny the Banana, The Ghost of Yuzuma, Felicious Felix, Yuld, Anusta, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, High Kasperian, Neo Showright, Leah 200, Malcolm Day, and at the highest tier on my YouTube, Royal Gamer 7, Blasco, and Lucinagi. See you guys very, very soon. Bye-bye.